Okay. Let me actually start the game up here. Check and make sure that it's capturing. All right. Let's resume. Oh, this is gonna drop in one by one. It's pretty funny. Oh yeah, so this was the last one we had gotten. It's like 1920s cartoon duck. Oh, the stone and marble ducks didn't exactly land. Oh, this guy's back. After he went on just like a expedition to the unknown out there. Let's see. Well, yeah, so a lot later than I normally stream. Doing a late night stream this time. I had a lot of stuff that I needed to do today. You know, that took precedence over streaming, so that's why I'm coming in so late. Ooh, a leopard duck. It's cute. But so yeah, I'm here now, and it's too late for me to really have a brain that works. So we're just watching some ducks. Just watching them, yeah. I'll try and have something to say, man. But, I don't really know what to say. Because what is there to say? It's ducks. But, I'll just let the auto camera take over at some point. And in the meantime, gonna catch up and... Okay, well, you know, I really wish this camera would not do this. Do whatever it's doing. So I'll catch up on some gaming news, I suppose. Whatever that means. Let's see. Let's check our Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. Is there anything new today? Nah. Just the latest stuff from... Oh, I suppose it was today. Got a new pack announced in the Japanese stuff. New support for Marine Sass, Cubic, and Ghost Trick. Kinda cool. Don't really have a specific interest for any of those archetypes, but Cubic's pretty cool. could be very cool. So, okay, nothing there. Let's see. MagicSpoiler.com. We have a set based on The Hobbit coming out soon, which will be cool. And yeah, there's a few cards here that I haven't seen, I believe.
I'm coming right back to my place.
Tonight we are to welcome a man who, although no giant,
Let's
has
see
nevertheless made
here.
a huge impression in his chosen field. Ladies and gentlemen,
Let's see, Cavern Horde Dragon. 9 mana for a 6/6 flying trample haste. Costs X less to cast, where X is the greatest number of artifacts an opponent controls. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, create a treasure token for each artifact that player controls. Could be cool. Let's see. Anything else interesting? Aragorn the Uniter. Costs a Wurg, white, blue, red, green. Maybe cast a white spell, create a 1/1 white human soldier. Maybe cast a blue spell, scry 2, red spell, bolt, target opponent. Maybe cast a green spell, target creature gets +4/+4. It's a 5/5 human noble. I guess human is a relevant enough it's a relevant enough creature type. Anduril, Flame of the West. Whenever a quick creature attacks, create 2 tapped 1/1 white spirit creature tokens with flying. If that creature is legendary, instead create 2 of those tokens that are tapped and attacking.
You are going into the future.
Could be good. Desert Wereworm. Creature gets +2/+0 for each mountain you control. Whenever you attack with creatures with total power of 12 or greater for the first time each turn, untap all attacking creatures. There's an additional combat phase. Oh. Chief Warg's Company. Okay. 1 black and green. Trample, 5/3. Can't attack unless you control 2 or more other wolves. At the beginning of your upkeep, create a 2/2 green wolf creature token. Okay. Saruman in many colors. 3, and then Esper colors. Discard an enchantment. He has a ward. Discard an enchantment, instant, or sorcery card. That's the cost for a ward. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, each opponent mills 2 cards. When 1 or more cards are milled this way, exile target enchantment, instant, or sorcery card with equal or lesser value than that spell from an opponent's graveyard. Copy the exiled card. You may cast the copy without paying its mana cost. Well, it's pretty cool. Let's see our new duck that just dropped in. Duck you. This is definitely a reference And I know I've seen what it's referencing. I just can't remember what that is, though.
Io faccio il fotografo e quando ho fame vedo tutto bianco e nero.
So, I don't know. Not my favorite duck that we've gotten. But let's see. Going back to magic here. Palantir of Orthonk. At the beginning of your end step, put an influence counter on Palantir. Scry 2. Target an opponent. Target opponent may have you draw a card. If they don't, you mill X cards, where X is the number of influence counters on Palantir. And that player loses life equal to the total mana value of those cards. It's pretty interesting. The Gaffer. Beginning of each end step, if you gain 3 or more life this turn, draw a card. 3 mana, 2 and white. For a 2/3. Elven Chorus. You look at the top card of your library anytime. Cast creature spells from the top of your library. Creatures you control have tap, add 1 mana of any color. It's cost 4 mana? That's pretty nice. It's an enchantment. Elven Chorus. Pretty easily splashable with a mana cost of green and 3. Yeah, I definitely throw that in a bunch of my decks. Especially my Sliver deck. That's crazy. Okay, Bilbo's Gambit. Gift a treasure. Gift. You may promise an opponent a gift as you cast a spell. If you do, they create a treasure token before its other effects. Two mana to return target spell to its owner's hand. If the gift was promised, players can't cast spells this turn. Oh. The Sackville Bagginses. When this card enters, you may sacrifice another creature or artifact. If you do, draw a card and create your treasure. Whenever you sacrifice a token, target opponent loses 1 life. Okay. Okay, Wolf. Night Howl Pursuer. One black. Well, just a mana value of black. Menace. Ferocious. Whenever this creature attacks while you control a creature with power 4 or greater, this creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn, and it's a 1/1. Kind of interesting for like a wolf. For an aggro, for a black aggro card. Okay, through the forest gate. 6 green. At the top 20 cards of your library, put any number of land cards from among them onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. You gain 8 life. That seems pretty nutso. Belladonna Took. Whenever a token you control enters, you gain 1 life. It's the first time this ability is resolved. If it's the second time, draw a card. Third time, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. Okay, that's kind of cool. Down in the Valley. This is a Saga enchantment. For 3 mana. 1, search the library for a basic land, reveal it, put it into your hand, shuffle. Okay. 2, gains landfall whenever a land you control enters, create a 1/1 green elf. 3 and 4, elves you control get +1/+0 and gain vigilance until end of turn. Minas Tirith is a legendary land, which is a source of draw for white. You have to attack with 2 more creatures, but hey, it's something for white. Hunting Pack Leader. Flash. So 4/3 for 2 black and 2. Whenever a creature an opponent controls would die, exile it instead. When you do, create a green 2/2 wolf creature token. Oh, very cool. Although it's a very obvious target for removal. Mirthwood Pathmaker. This creature's power and toughness are each equal to the number of lands you control. Just 3 mana. Kind of lackluster. Mithril Coat. Flash, indestructible. When it enters, attach it to target legendary you control. Equipped creature as indestructible. Okay. Flowering of the White Tree. Legendary creatures you control get +2/+1 and have ward 1. Non-legendary creatures you control get +1/+1. Okay. Cantankerous Keepers. 6 mana. Green and 5. Affinity for elves. When this creature enters, mill 4 cards, then put all elf cards from among them into your hand. Okay. Dane Ironfoot. He enters, create a colorless equipment artifact token named Axe. With equipped creature gets +1/+0, equip 2. They do attach it to target creature you control. Whenever Dane attacks, each equipped attacking creature gains double strike. Arwen, Weaver of Hope. Green, green, and 1. Each other creature you control enters with a number of additional +1/+1 counters on it equal to Arwen's toughness. And she's a 2/1.
Un brevissimo flash meteorologico iniziando dalle temperature di oggi, le temperature minime di questa notte, le minime notturne. La sensibile diminuzione sul nord Italia con valori di primato del freddo, -14 osservate Bolzano, Aosta, -11 Torino, -10 Cuneo, -12 Milano. La diminuzione è stata risentita anche in alcune regioni del sud Italia, prevalso un aumento sulla Calabria. E adesso direi di passare immediatamente
Okay, Arwen, Mortal Queen.
Eccola per mostrarvi. Il gran freddo, il gelo,
White, green, and 1.
qualche banco
Enters with an indestructible counter.
l'arco delle Alpi Nevate. Poi praticamente dall'altezza di Rimini e verso
1 mana, remove an indestructible counter from Arwen. Another target creature gains indestructible until end of turn. Put a 1/1 counter and a lifelink counter on that creature, and a 1/1 counter and a lifelink counter on Arwen. And she's a 2/2. Huh. Not too impressed with that. Sauron, the lidless eye. Red, black, and 3. When Sauron enters, gain control of target creature and opponent controls until end of turn. And tap it, gains haste. 1, black and red. Creatures you control get +2/+0 until end of turn. Each opponent loses 2 life. Okay, it's a mana sink. That can win you the game. Okay. That's all the cards that I haven't seen yet that have been spoiled over the past couple days. For Magic, I guess I'll just go into regular gaming news. Resident Evil movie star nearly died during filming after 150-pound blood bag almost hit him. What? Okay. Zach Kreger, the director of the upcoming Resident Evil movie, said there's a scene where Austin Abrams' character Brian is running. Oh, there goes my cow. He's running through a street with zombies leaping from the tops of buildings at him. Kreger wanted to film this scene practically instead of using CGI. To film this scene, the production team created 150-pound body-sized blood bags that were dropped from cranes to create the effect. One of the blood bags came close to striking Abrams, and Kreger said it would have killed him. If he had been one step to the right, he would have died, he said. The shot made it to the final cut of Resident Evil, so it's effing worth it, Kreger said. That's what's so great about making movies, is you have this scene, you have this amazing idea in your head, and then you just have all these people help you realize that idea and immortalize it on the screen, he said. And there's a real sense of teamwork and accomplishment. I'm very proud of this movie. I feel like I grew a lot making it just as a filmmaker. That's kind of psychotic. Kreger says the story is akin to The Lord of the Rings. Quote, Brian is very much an everyman who happens to be burdened with this kind of sacred mission that's going to take him into the heart of everything. It's kind of like Frodo going into Mordor, he said. That's kind of psychotic, isn't it? Like, okay, let's check out our new duck. Oh. An untextured duck. It's pretty cool. How do I switch duck? Tab. Okay. This was the only one. Wow. Look at the triangles on this duck. Look at the eyes. That's crazy. But getting back to this Resident Evil filming story, that's the director being like, oh yeah, the star of the movie almost died, but it's so worth it because it's so great to have this idea I have in my head finally make it. Oh. Oh, it's just this duck again. Oh. But it's like, what he's saying, it's just like, it's like, oh yeah, we may have almost accidentally killed the star of the movie, but, you know, I'm so glad everybody was risked for my dream. Like, what? I mean, it's just kind of weird. I really hope this guy doesn't do any more of these crazy shots. Because that truly is just like blatant disregard for the lives of his actors. Huh. Anyways. Tomb Raider Catalyst delayed till 2028. Okay. Then that's probably a good thing. If it gets delayed again, then that's gonna be bad. And GameSpot.com just froze. Okay. Oh. Hold on. Xbox is putting ads before games. It seems insane. Oh, Xbox's ad-supported cloud gaming announcement. Huh. Ad-supported game streaming is currently in testing with Xbox insiders. Those not subscribed to Game Pass Ultimate can watch ads before they play in exchange for 1 hour of a game they own via cloud gaming. Xbox Wire post about it stresses that it's optional. Ads should create value, quote, and that ads will be held to, quote, the same quality bar as our content. Huh. It's kind of crazy.
January 10th, 1992, a container ship traveling from Hong Kong to Tacoma, Washington, loses 12 containers overboard. One of them sets loose thousands of tiny yellow plastic ducks. Currents of the North Pacific.
Huh. Jimothy the viral raccoon. Which, for people that don't know, is this raccoon that has like a really short spine. And they, where is it? I think it's like,
They're almost indestructible. I mean, literally 20 years after they hit the ocean, they're still washing up on beaches.
I think it's in like California or something. But somebody just filmed it one day and now people have fallen in love with it. Was it raining? That's great. One of these was on fire. Oh, must have been the wood duck. But it got put out from the rain. Wow. Oh, kiss duck. That's cool. That's pretty cool. Should only have a handful of ducks left to show up. So let's see. Oh yeah, Sony announced that they're moving away from physical media for PlayStation. That really is just stupid. Resident Evil Requiem just got a huge discount, but only for 2 days. How big is the discount? Let's see. %. That's not... okay. I guess that's kind of big, right? Yeah, okay. I guess that's big. Steam Train Fest? Train Sim World 6. 80% off. Wow. Derail Valley Simulator. Bench attack. Oh. Sir, are there any good train games? I'm cycling through and there's just a bunch of stuff. Then, oh, Ticket to Ride. That's a very popular train-based board game. It's fun, I like it. And then right underneath it, Train 45. Sexual content. Come on, man. Like, what are we talking about here, dude? And underneath that, Thomas and Friends. Like, Thomas the Tank Engine. Dude. Choo Choo Charles? Okay. Nancy Drew, last train to Blue Moon Canyon? Heat Death Survival Train. Wow. You know what? Okay, there's a lot more train games than I realized. It's kind of crazy, actually, just how many train games there are. Oh, My Tetsu. Isn't that train game that has the song with like the 60 different characters singing I Love My Train? What's that song? Oh, Train to Train.
And at Arlington, Virginia, here's one 600 feet high. Radio waves over ocean waves.
I'm coming right back to my place.
Tonight, we are to welcome a man who, although no giant, has nevertheless made a huge impression in his chosen field. Ladies and gentlemen,
Started out a dream, living in the virtual
It's a 13.5-minute song.
dev team, chilling my digital realm. Every blue's my home, and the kingdom I reside is Steam. I let my ducks glide till the screen glows. Relax in 3D, it's a life I chose. Way back when all the games that I made were a wreck, not a bit high tech. Remember the first duck? You never thought this sim game would go this far. Sing along like Penelope. It's a duck or a bee, a duck or a bee. Now I'm in the spotlight 'cause the
Oh, it's a 15-minute song. Train to train.
A hectic life, floating with ducks, free from strife, and I'm far from stressed. Was lost in the rush, now I'm here to stay. Spread love the J-Moji way. Never thought it would happen. This game is stuff. People held me down,
Tetsudo
saying it's too
Musume.
tough. Now players
Okay.
draw me close.
Not
Ducks in
the
a
same
row.
game.
From city hustle to that virtual flow. Living life with my ideas. Add ducks to the game year by year.
Not the game I was thinking of. Or not the visual novel. Whatever your perspective is on visual novels. Wow. It just keeps going. This list of train games.
I feel like I could do this for another 25 years.
Yeah, tell me about it, dude. I'm sorry, what? Gooner on the Orient Express? I don't even want to know.
You are going into the future.
How does it continue to keep going? Shouldn't we have gotten a new duck? Yeah, wood duck. Ah, this is the new one. Oh wait, no, this is the duck. Wait, no. Is this the duck you? Okay. Then this is the new duck. Early 90s kid aesthetic duck.
ognuna delle quali riproduce da 1 a 3 animaletti per cucciolata.
Like the kind of stuff that Burger King would put on their cups. No. Train travel simulator?
Io faccio il fotografo e quando ho fame vedo tutto bianco e nero.
Yeah, dude, there's just way too many train games. Wait a second. Avatar Legends came out yesterday? I think I said this before, but I don't think this game is gonna do that well. Oh. Oh crap. What'd I just do? Oh no. No, I didn't want to get in big picture mode. How do I leave big picture mode? I don't want big picture mode. Oh, okay, I just exit out. But like I said, I don't think the Avatar game is gonna do all that well in the long run, which is kind of what you need for is this Perry the Platypus colors? Which, yes, as old as I am, sad to say, I do know what Phineas and Ferb is. Yep. Where am I with this collection? How many ducks we got left? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 more ducks. Did we lose our propeller duck? Wait, how did this guy get over here? I like how he's slowly rolling back over. Also, I did hear propeller duck somewhere. Oh wait, no, that might have just been submarine duck. Okay, what's our new duck? What would you call this? Postmodernism duck? I guess. Yeah, like a postmodern, I suppose. Hold on. Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls Phoenix Cyclops Year 1 DLC character reveal trailer. Bro, didn't a beta just come out for it? How are we already talking about Year 1 DLC characters? What? That's disappointing. That really is disappointing, man. Ah. Oh, it releases on August 6th. Wow, that came a lot faster than I was prepared for. So what, like 2 weeks? Yeah, just about 2 weeks. Whoa, what's this? Oh, this duck. Okay. There are all the ducks coming. But yeah, man, DLC for a game that I don't like that, man.
Un brevissimo flash meteorologico iniziando dalle temperature di oggi, le temperature minime di questa notte, le minime notturne. La sensibile diminuzione sul nord Italia con valori di primato del freddo, meno 14 osservati nel Sahara.
Whatever. I mean, that's the direction that game development is taken now.
Sulla Calabria. E adesso direi di passare immediatamente alle teleimmagini del satellite meteostate sull'Italia. Eccola per mostrare
DLC announced before the games are actually out.
qualche banco di foschia sulla
I really, honestly, just kind of find it sad.
dall'altezza di Rimini e verso sud
It really feels like a destruction of
un sistema depressionario estremamente complesso che adesso, prima di mostrarvi il quadro europeo,
the industry.
lo schema, anche se previsto per domani, è poco diverso da quello attuale.
Because it kind of disincentivizes people to buy games early when you're just gonna have to start buying DLCs. Like, why not wait 2 years for the game to come out with just everything? You know, Marvel Tokon Supreme or something. And then you buy it for the normal price, and it comes with every DLC available. I mean, and then as somebody actually playing the game, it's like, well, okay. The problem is it's a fighting game, right? So if you wait until all the DLC characters are out, or, you know, let's say 2 years of DLC content is out, you're now 2 years behind everybody else playing the game. And you'll be playing at a basic level, obviously, because you just started playing. And nobody's going to be at that same level as you. So it's like, you're not going to be able to... You're not going to be able to play with the big boys, so to speak. I don't know, I hate this stuff, man. I would so much more prefer games to just have big drops. But I guess the average video game player is just has such a short attention span on fighting games that they need to drip feed content. Otherwise, they'll just lose their player base. What do we got here? White duck? Ghost duck? And it's just pure white, so... That is a really pretty sunset.
Peggioramento sulle regioni nord-occidentali, in estensione il giorno seguente, cioè il giorno 8, non domani, a tutto il nord della penisola. La temperatura di conseguenza rimane sui valori attuali. Grazie, arrivederci.
What's that black cloud? That's pretty scary. It's kind of weird. It almost looks like a cloud. Like the cloud and the sky are inverted. Where you can only see the stars through the cloud. Through the clouds. But that's not the case. Just clouds are everywhere else except for there. But there's also clouds behind that. That's crazy. Okay. Let's see. I guess. Is there any... 77% of US Final Fantasy VII Rebirth players were 30 or older, analyst says, as Square Enix fights to get young people to care about the JRPG series again. Yeah. That's kind of a problem. I guess to elaborate what I'm saying, is that there's, you know, how do I want to explain this? Like, there's kind of an integrity of these Final Fantasy, right? And it's the long-standing expectations that come to be made by the players and fulfilled by the developers. Right, it's like this unspoken contract. You know, in the same sense that you can kind of safely assume and expect that a Super Mario game is going to have you play as Mario. Wow, that duck just... that was crazy. It went up the chute. And then... oh, is this a glow-in-the-dark duck? I think it is. That's cool. It wasn't a ghost duck. Like how you can make the assumption that in a Super Mario game, you expect to play as Mario, or in The Legend of Zelda, it's going to be have Link as the main character, as the player character, and it's going to have something to do generally about, you know, swinging a sword, getting items, going into dungeons, you know, like those are the base expectations. And it's because people like something, and when they want more of it, you have to kind of, you know, one way to make sure that people get what they expect, you kind of have this branding that carries it, right? Pokemon's always going to be about Pokemon. I mean, they'll introduce character stories and arcs and whatever, but the main game is always going to be about
January 10th, 1992.
involved Pokemon.
Container ship traveling from Hong Kong to Tacoma, Washington, loses 12 containers of
Reptile
One of
duck?
them sets loose thousands of tiny yellow plastic ducks.
Cell?
Currents of the North Pacific. The currents carry the ducks all over the world. So months later, they start washing up on the coast
Imperfect
of
so?
Alaska, turning this toy spell into an accidental experiment.
Dragon
So if you
duck.
conduct the study, you get real-time data about the currents in the North Pacific. The accidental duck experiment is still providing information today. They're almost indestructible. I mean, literally 20 years after they hit the ocean, they're still washing up on beaches around the world.
Anyways. So Final Fantasy, there is kind of an expectation that's made. Which maybe sound weird, but even with the shift from going from 6 and before to 7 and later, not including 9, but the shift from like a pretty strict medieval fantasy with some technological stuff there, right? Because 6 had the Magitech armor and stuff like that, but there was always kind of this science fiction element to Final Fantasy that was in there. But going from that, you know, but there was still a through line. You know, it was almost like the medieval and the science fiction were reversed in their primary and secondary roles when it comes to world building, but they're still present in 7, 8, 10. Yeah, 7, 8, and 10. And then 12 is kind of like shifting back towards a primarily fantasy or medieval fantasy, secondarily science fiction. And then 13, going from 13 forwards, it really feels like they drop the classic medieval stuff to primarily focus on well, actually, no, that's not true, is it? I guess I kind of have to think about this more, because I kind of just went with an idea and tried to justify it by walking myself through it. Let's see. I guess there was not a... There was a shift towards a more anime-like representation of things. I guess it's like this. Square Enix started dropping classic game design philosophy that kind of steered Final Fantasy in a certain direction. With like the turn-based gameplay as a turn-based RPG with not always flashy stories or shallow moments, to then kind of take the direction into more of an action game, and add in elements in the narratives that are more reminiscent to anime and less meaningful story moments. So, in that way, the older audience of Final Fantasy hasn't made a full transition to newer stuff, to the newer games. Whereas the younger crowd and the newer fans, they may buy a game here or there, but they don't really develop a significant connection to the franchise, to the developer, to the IP. They just kind of know it as, oh, that game franchise that has like 20 entries in it. Right, like somebody who buys Final Fantasy 16 isn't about to go back and start playing all the other Final Fantasies.
Virginia, here's one 600 feet high.
But back in the day,
I'm coming right back to my place.
but back in the day when somebody bought, oh, Fireman Duck, Firefighter Duck.
Started out a dream, living in the virtual stream. Rubber ducks floating delight of the dev team, chilling my digital realm. Every pool's my home, and the kingdom I reside is Steam. I let my ducks glide till the screen glows. Relax in 3D, it's a life I chose. Way back when all the games that I made were a wreck, not a bit high tech. Remember the first duck? You never thought this end game would go this far. Sing along.
So I got distracted. So yeah, right, like back when I started playing Final Fantasy, and I remember this kind of being the general acceptance of how people interacted with the Final Fantasy franchise. You end up playing one of the games for one reason or another. For me, it was 9, right? And you play the game, and you like it or you don't. If you don't, then that's kind of it for the most part. But if you liked the game, then it's like, well, obviously I want to play the others. Wow, Panda Duck and Smoking Duck are in there. So yeah,
I feel like I could do this for another 25
because those... Which one's this? Oh, the mouse.
You are going into the future.
But so, when I played Final Fantasy IX, I said, okay, this is the 9th entry. There's a lot more before it. So let me play those games. And so I got them, I played them, and it was like, wow, this is just basically more of what I liked. And it didn't disappoint because the expectations were met and upheld going throughout the franchise up till 9, even 10, 11 as well, but I'm not going to talk about the MMOs because they're kind of their own separate thing. So now, if you play 16, you can't just go play another Final Fantasy because none of the other Final Fantasies really play like 16. Now maybe since we've gone ahead a little bit, maybe 7 Remake does play similarly and 15 plays similarly, but it's like those games, from what I understand, have such different tones to the game. Like, from what I understand, 16 is a very seriously, you know, played straight, dramatic narrative. 7 Remake is not. This is they made an anime out of it. Kind of. Not to say that it was a goofball story or something. That wasn't the case, but it was a serious story, but it had these very it had its own kind of like moments of what do they call it? Moments of levity? You know, it wasn't totally serious all the time. There were jokes even back then. Sure. And they all had that. But they all broached kind of this topic that was serious. And they were able to implement their characters into it. Where, you know, to kind of teach a lesson, so to speak. And I feel like playing 7 Remake, it didn't have that. Right? It wasn't trying to teach you a lesson. Like, that was almost the last thing it was trying to do. And it's because the narrative... Now, part of it could be because... part of it could be because, well, we're just looking at, like, the first fifth of it. The first third of a new narrative. right? That's certainly possible. But I think also it's I think also it's that, you know, maybe I'll be proven wrong. Maybe I'll be proven wrong in Rebirth. But it's like there was no greater narrative about the human condition. And to be fair, you know, that does come into play in Final Fantasy VII later. You know, when the story really kind of picks up. So I don't know. I guess what I'm saying is that there's more focus on the flashy, unimportant things, the things that don't really the things that don't engender people to the franchise or to develop a deeper connection with what is this? What is this? Dia de los Muertos duck? It's cool. It's definitely some of that Mexican, or even like Mardi Gras. Mardi Gras has some of this as well. The Cajun kind of stuff. But to me, this says, oh, I don't know. Could be. And it's snowing. Again, weird. But so, I can understand why there's not a whole lot of audience retention for people that play the new games going back into the older games, because why would they? These newer games, these newer entries into the franchise focus more on flashy, cool sequences that are like from something that's supposed to make you go, wow, that's super cool, and all that, and not necessarily make you think hard about something. And it's also, they also play into a lot of like anime tropes, or really just Japanese narrative tropes, I guess. It's not entirely anime, but you know, and most of these tropes are kind of like juvenile in a way, focusing on flashiness over the, you know, substance of like quality of any real importance. Once again, doesn't mean that the games are bad per se, it's just that they're not games that people are going to say, oh, you know what, like, this is going to make me want to engage with the older games in the franchise. It's just like, oh, that was a fun, how, you know, 20, 30, 40, $60 experience. So anyways, I'm going to go back to playing these other games that have nothing to do with it. Right? Square Enix has taken the poison pill of making flashy games instead of meaningful games. Because honestly, that's what makes money. And that's also probably the reason why Rebirth apparently did poorly in sales, because everybody got their fill from playing Remake. It's like, well, you know, I already played Remake. I don't really need to play Rebirth. Right? Because it's kind of a shallow experience that they're creating for the player. And so it's no surprise that when you're trying to do a continuation game, people aren't going to really care about it. Especially when you kind of already have to know the story to really care about the story in Remake. Like, why would any person who's not familiar with the story of Final Fantasy VII care about Zack? Why would you even have those? Why would you even have those scenes in the game? It's like, okay, in the last 10 minutes of the game, here's a new character that I've never seen before. He's dressed like Cloud. Why? I don't know. And so maybe you could say, like, oh, well, they'll want to find out why they look so similar. It's like, oh, it's the Aerith knows him. Oh, huh, I wonder what that's about. Is that the person that Aerith's first love that she said? Sure, you know, some people are going to think like that. But you're also... Square Enix has been gunning for an audience that would not think that. They would not care. That's not something that would come from them. So... I guess it's just really, you know, Square Enix have made their own beds, and now they'll have to lie in it, you know? So I don't know.
di oggi localmente costanti in pianura in quanto le temperature rimangono basse. Poco nuvoloso variabile la fascia centrale, peggioramento sulle regioni nord-occidentali, in estensione il giorno seguente, cioè il giorno 8, non domani, a tutto il nord della penisola. La temperatura di conseguenza rimane sui valori attuali. Grazie, arrivederci.
सही सही शॉट यानी ताकत न कम न ज्यादा जैसे मोनाको मोनाको सही सही नमकीन न कम न ज्यादा कुरकुरा मजा स्वाद ताजा ताजा पार्ले मोनाको ताजे कुरकुरे नमकीन
Yeah, I think that's about as much as I've got. I think that's about as much as I've got for that topic. Alright, what was our new duck? I wasn't paying attention. Oh, Arizona iced tea duck. Very nice duck. So, alright. How long have I been streaming? I don't want to stream too late, you know? An hour 30? Wow, that's a lot longer than I thought that I would be streaming. So, let me just see if there's any last minute thing to talk about video game wise. Oh, huh. Looks like Nintendo acquired the rights to Xenosaga. Which makes sense, I guess. Because we have so many Xeno Chronicles. Or Xenoblade. Xeno Chronicles. Xenoblade Chronicles. We have so many Xenoblade games that, like, yeah, Nintendo just wants to buy more. They're probably some of the best-selling games on the console. Probably some of the best-selling games that Nintendo's ever had. So What was I saying? Oh, brother. Xenoblade. Xenoblade. Yeah, I mean, I think that's a smart move by Nintendo. Why not? It's like probably one of your biggest cash cows. Just buy it. Make it Nintendo's Final Fantasy. Make 15 games out of it. Out of that franchise. So yeah. I don't know, man. I think I probably could have gone over that a lot better. But basically, alright. Between October and November 2025, Bandai Namco removed from their Japanese license website Xenosaga and Baten Kaitos. And then now there's been an announcement for a Xenosaga figure or something, I guess, that lacked Bandai trademark. So that's the evidence that people are pointing to. I don't know, man. I'm not even getting this from a website or from an article website with articles.
From Hong Kong to Tacoma, Washington, loses 12 containers overboard. One of them sets loose thousands of tiny yellow plastic ducks. Currents of the North Pacific. The currents carry the ducks all over the world. So months later, they start washing up on the coast of Alaska, turning this toy spell into an accidental experiment. So from the ducky study, you get real-time data about the currents in the North Pacific.
The accidental duck experiment is still providing information today.
They're almost indestructible. I mean, literally 20 years after they hit the ocean, they're still washing up on beaches around the world.
So, all right, let's call it. I think I just got a new duck. Go see. Oh. Knife duck. Is this gonna pop something? I feel like it's going to. Also, see how the edge is kind of like weird? The edge kind of stops. It doesn't go all the way to the end of the blade. I feel like this is gonna pop the flamingo. wood duck is trying to save the flamingo, pushing it away from knife duck. But he's coming. Oh! Can't stop him. He's gonna take out this flamingo if he can. Or not. You know, that could also be a possibility. He might just go down the slide. If he goes down the slide, that's it. This duck is never going to be popping this flamingo. There he goes. Well, nah, he's gonna miss it. Yeah. Well, you know what? I'll wait for... Oh, submarine duck landed in there. I'll wait for our next duck, I suppose. And then I'll say sayonara. Because I actually haven't eaten a single thing today. And it is almost 1 a.m. Quarter to. Of course, part of that's because I'm feeling sick, so I was like, well, maybe I should just skip a day. And you know what? I haven't felt bad, so that was... just eating was probably taking me out. So it's like, my thought process is, oh, give myself a day for my body to recalibrate. Anything bad I ate, you know, gets dealt with, etc., etc. So, seems to have worked. So let's see here. It's gotta be... Oh. I guess I'll talk about something. What I'm gonna play next. You know... Oh, I'm gonna start streaming on Twitch. As much as I don't necessarily like Twitch as a platform for a number of reasons, I think if I want to get an audience, my best chance is to stream on Twitch. I'm not gonna stop streaming on YouTube, but I'm going to dual stream. Where's our knifer? Down here. So when I get back to Remake Intergrade to stream Intermission, that's going to be on both YouTube here and Twitch, as long as my computer can handle it. Which I think it should be able to, no problem. But yeah.
And in Arlington, Virginia, here's one 600 feet high. Radio waves over ocean waves.
I'm coming right back to my place.
Tonight we are to welcome a man who, although no giant, has nevertheless made a huge
Alright.
impression in his chosen
What's our last
field. Ladies and
duck
gentlemen,
for the night?
Started out a dream, living in the virtual stream. Rubber ducks floating, delight of the dev team. Chilling my digital realm. Every blue's my home. And
Graffiti duck.
I let my ducks glide till the screen glows. Relax in 3D, it's a life I chose. Way back when all the games that I made were a wreck, not a bit high tech. Remember the first duck? You never thought this sim game would go this far. Sing along.
Pedro TV.
It's a duck or a bee, a duck or a bee. Now I'm in the spotlight cause the ducks shine bright. Time to get mellow, live up the night.
Alright, well, I'm gonna call it here.
Floating with ducks, free from strife. And I'm far from stressed. Was lost in the rush. Now
Let's see.
Spread love, the J-Mo.
How many more do we need? Oh, that was it. That was our last duck. That's it. That's it. Oh no, one more. We have one more. We have one more duck. I can't stop now. We just have one more duck. I gotta see it through to the end. So I don't have any of the DLC for this game, but, you know, I figured I'd just, you know, just try it out, see it.
I feel like I could do this for another 25 years.
Yeah, I couldn't go for another 25 years.
You are going into the future.
Dolphin pod. Oh.
Ehi, mamma, stavolta hai fatto un minestrone scaso.
Can I spell duck with any of these? Hold on.
famiglia è composta da un maschio e 5 femmine, ognuna delle quali riproduce da 1 a 3 animaletti per cucciolata.
Ah. 3825 is how you spell duck. Using a keypad. Unlike the phone or something. So wait. Where would this be? Wait, no, that's not that one. I don't think I saw any numbers on any ducks.
Io faccio il fotografo e quando ho fame vedo tutto bianco e nero.
Okay, this just got a lot more interesting. No, there's nothing there. Sarah. Where is NVIDIA duck? It's 9090, right? There's no numbers on here. Oh wait. Oh, this just has 143. Anything?
È il calcare. Il calcare graffia e graffio dopo graffio rovina il tuo bucato, come rovina la lavatrice.
Morbido, è nuovo? No, lavato con
I don't think there are any numbers on submarine duck, but doesn't look like it. Yeah, no. There's no numbers there. Maybe this last duck will have a clue? I don't know. I guess there was the story of the ducks falling overboard. I think a year was said, but I can't remember.
Milma Super. To like a super gum? Dum. Here we come.
Ah. That's gonna bother me unless I find out what it is. Yeah, obviously I could look it up, but I don't want to. And now this is psychedelic duck. And that would be all of them, right? Yep. Do any of these have numbers? Okay, that does 8. 143, 8. One, 4, 3, 8. 8, 1, 4, 3. 1, 3, 4, 8. 1, 3, 8, 4. 1, 4, 3, 8. 1, 4, 8, 3. 3, 1, 4, 8. 8 out. 1, 8, 3, 4. That's all I got. That's all I got. Okay, I'm still building up to another duck though, so what could that be? Okay, you know what? I gotta eat something. So I'm gonna mute myself while I just eat a little bit of something. I'll be back.
When kids are hungry, it's always Maggie. So fast to cook.
Un brevissimo flash meteorologico iniziando dalle temperature di oggi, le temperature minime di questa notte, le minime notturne. La sensibile diminuzione sul nord Italia con valori di primato del freddo, meno 14 osservate Bolzano, Aosta, meno 11 Torino, meno 10 Cuneo, meno 12 Milano. La diminuzione è stata risentita anche in alcune regioni del sud Italia, ha prevalso un aumento sulla Calabria. E adesso direi di passare immediatamente alla teleimmagine del satellite Meteosat sull'Italia, eccola per mostrarvi. Il gran freddo, il gelo, ma il tutto secco potremmo dire. Qualche banco di foschia sulla pianura padana, ma il cielo sereno, l'arco delle Alpi nerato. Poi praticamente dall'altezza di Rimini e verso sud è tutta la intensa copertura nuvolosa legata a un sistema depressionario estremamente complesso che adesso, prima di mostrarvi il quadro europeo, io desidero darvi lo schema, anche se previsto per domani, è poco diverso da quello attuale. Immaginate oggi tutte queste osservazioni. Ma vi interessa iniziare a comprendere
Was Wood Duck on fire and Fireman put it out? Is that what that sound was? Well, so much for that. Maybe... thinking there's gotta be, like... Can I interact with the thing in any way? The radio? Because it definitely looks like you can. But it's not working, so... I don't know. I guess I'll find out in...
Poco nuvoloso variabile la fascia centrale, peggioramento sulle regioni nord-occidentali, in estensione il giorno seguente, cioè il giorno 8, non domani, a tutto il nord della penisola.
Maybe in like another stage or something there's a... There's more, there's like a clue or something. Or maybe each stage has a clue, maybe? Maybe. Wait a second. Oh, now you just get repeat ducks. Okay. Okay, let's save. Let's go back to the main menu. See if I can select another stage or if that's DLC. I never checked. Oh, it is DLC. $2. Well, you know what? If I ever end up... Oh boy, I hope that wasn't showing my friends list. Was it? That would not be good. I would not like that. Let me see. I'm checking the playback. Okay, it doesn't look like it. Let me just check. Okay, it looks like it doesn't. Which good. Good. I don't wanna dox my friends, you know. So, alright. That's gonna be it. I just had nothing to do. So yeah, I was late. I probably had the energy to play something actually, but I just didn't know what, and I didn't have any thumbnail set up, so that's what you get. Alright, I'm gonna call it here. Well, have a good rest of your night. Have a good day. Have a good whatever, dude. It's the weekend. Chill out. Enjoy yourself. And I'll see you in like 12 hours or something. Alright. See you, people. Later.